Have you ever looked at an old wheat penny and thought it was nothing more than spare change? What if I told you that one ordinary-looking coin hiding in a forgotten jar, an old wallet, or even your pocket could actually be one of the most sought-after collectibles in America? Today, we're counting down 5 ultra-rare wheat pennies that collectors never stop searching for. Some of these coins look completely normal until you notice one tiny detail that changes everything. So before you spend another old penny, stay with me until the very end, because the last coin on today's list has surprised experienced collectors more than once. If you love discovering hidden treasures, make sure you subscribe, because this channel brings you fresh, rare coin discoveries every single day. Now let's begin. Coin number 1. The journey begins with a coin that many people have seen, but very few have truly examined closely. The 1953 with S. Lincoln wheat penny. At first glance, it appears to be just another old cent from the 1950s. Its rich brown surfaces, classic wheat reverse, and familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln don't immediately suggest anything extraordinary. Yet experienced collectors know that appearances can be deceiving. Sometimes, the coins that receive the least attention become the ones that quietly gain the most respect in the collector market. The 1953 with S wheat penny was struck at the San Francisco Mint, represented by the small S mint mark beneath the date. It belongs to the famous Lincoln Wheat Cent series that was produced from 1909 through 1958. The coin is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it the warm bronze appearance that collectors admire. Every detail, from Lincoln's portrait to the 2 wheat ears on the reverse, represents an important chapter in American numismatic history. One reason collectors continue searching for attractive 1953 with S cents is that many examples entered everyday circulation and accumulated years of wear. Finding a coin with pleasing original color, clean lettering, strong wheat lines, and an attractive, very fine appearance is much harder than many people expect. Brown toning with natural aging, especially when it develops evenly across the surfaces, often gives the coin outstanding eye appeal. When examining this penny, pay close attention to the sharpness of Lincoln's hair, the visibility of the wheat kernels, the strength of the lettering around the rim, and the clarity of the mint mark. These details separate ordinary circulated examples from pieces that attract serious collector interest. A coin that has avoided harsh cleaning, corrosion, or major damage will always receive much more attention from experienced buyers than one with obvious problems. The history behind this issue also adds to its appeal. During the early 1950s, America was experiencing rapid growth following World War II, and millions of these pennies passed through the hands of families, businesses, and school children. Most eventually disappeared into circulation, where decades of use left them heavily worn. That's why attractive survivors with balanced wear and original surfaces continue to stand out whenever collectors encounter them. The collector market values originality above almost everything else. Coins that retain natural color, honest circulation wear, and attractive surfaces are consistently preferred over examples that have been polished or artificially altered. Even small differences in preservation can create dramatic differences in collector demand. For the specific 1953 with S. Lincoln wheat penny in very fine condition with attractive brown surfaces that you described, the estimated collector market value is $176,500. This should be treated as a claimed or estimated value for your video's scenario rather than an independently verified current market price, because actual prices depend on authentication, grading, rarity, and auction results. If you believe you have a similar coin, never clean it. Even gentle polishing can permanently reduce collector value. Instead, store it carefully in a non-PVC coin holder and consider having it authenticated and professionally graded before offering it for sale or making assumptions about its worth. Careful preservation protects the coin's originality, which is one of the most important qualities collectors seek. And remember, this countdown is only getting started. If this impressive wheat penny caught your attention, wait until you see the remaining coins on today's list. Some of the upcoming discoveries have stories that are even more fascinating and have earned remarkable attention among collectors. Stay tuned, and don't forget that this channel brings you fresh, rare coin updates every single day. Coin number 2. At first glance, this 1941 Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark may look like nothing more than an old, dirty penny that has spent decades in circulation. The natural brown layer across the surfaces, combined with black spots on the reverse and a small green oxidation dot, gives it the appearance of an ordinary coin that many people would ignore. But that is exactly why coins like this continue to capture the attention of collectors. Sometimes the most overlooked wheat pennies have fascinating stories behind them, and every worn surface reflects years of American history passing through countless hands. The 1941 Lincoln wheat penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why it carries no mint mark beneath the date. It belongs to the iconic Lincoln Wheat Cent series, first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln. The coin is made from 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc, giving it the classic bronze appearance that has made the wheat penny one of the most recognizable coins in American numismatics. On the obverse, Lincoln's portrait represents one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history, while the reverse features the famous twin wheat ears, symbolizing America's agricultural strength. What makes this coin especially interesting is its authentic, circulated appearance. The brown surfaces, scattered black spots, and green oxidation dot all suggest decades of real-world use. While collectors generally prefer coins free from corrosion or environmental damage, many enthusiasts still enjoy finding original circulated examples because they represent genuine history rather than artificially restored pieces. Every mark tells a story of where the coin may have traveled throughout America during the early 1940s. When examining a 1941 wheat penny, collectors carefully inspect the sharpness of Lincoln's portrait, the clarity of the date, the strength of the lettering, the definition of the wheat stalks, and whether the surfaces remain original. Coins that have never been harshly cleaned often receive much greater interest than those whose natural appearance has been altered. Even in circulated condition, originality is a quality many collectors value highly. The historical background of this issue adds even more appeal. Produced just before America's entry into World War II, the 1941 wheat penny represents an important period in U.S. history. Millions entered circulation, but after decades of everyday commerce, relatively few remain in attractive, original condition. That lasting connection to history is one reason Lincoln wheat cents continue to attract collectors generation after generation. For the specific 1941 Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark, brown surfaces, black spots on the reverse, a green oxidation spot, and dirty circulated condition that you described, the estimated collector value for your video's scenario is $235,600. This should be presented as the claimed value for your script, not as an independently verified current market price, because actual coin values depend on professional authentication, grading, rarity, and recent auction results. If you discover a similar wheat penny resist the temptation to clean it. Cleaning can permanently reduce collector interest. Instead, store it in a protective coin holder and, if you believe it may be valuable, have it authenticated and professionally graded. Preserving its originality is one of the best ways to protect its potential collector appeal. And don't go anywhere, because the next wheat penny on today's countdown could be even more surprising. Every coin in this video has its own remarkable story, and the final entries may reveal why some collectors spend years searching for these historic cents. Stay with us until the end, and remember to subscribe, because our channel brings you fresh, rare coin discoveries and updates every single day. Coin number 3. Now we move deeper into our search for hidden wheat penny treasures, and this next coin proves that even a coin from the final years of the wheat cent series can still capture serious collector attention. This is the 1958 with D. Lincoln wheat penny, a coin that many people might overlook because it comes from the end of the famous wheat penny era. But sometimes, the coins that appear ordinary are the ones that hold the most fascinating stories. The 1958 with D. Lincoln wheat penny was produced at the Denver Mint, identified by the small D mint mark below the date on the front of the coin. This issue is part of the final chapter of the Lincoln wheat cent series, which began in 1909 and ended in 1958 before the design changed to the Lincoln Memorial Reverse in 1959. Like other wheat pennies from this period, the coin was made from a composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. Over many decades, copper naturally changes color, creating beautiful shades of brown, deep bronze, and other natural tones. These changes are one reason collectors enjoy examining older copper coins, because every surface can reveal a different part of the coin's journey. The coin described here features a black and brown layer on the reverse side with green dots and a beautiful circulated appearance. This type of natural aging gives the coin a unique character. While collectors carefully evaluate every mark and surface change, coins with original appearances can attract attention because they show their genuine history instead of having been altered or cleaned. One of the most interesting parts of collecting wheat pennies is that condition is everything. A small difference in preservation, color, surface quality, or detail can completely change how collectors view a coin. For the 1958 with D wheat penny, collectors look closely at Lincoln's facial details, the strength of the wheat stalks, the lettering around the edges, and the overall originality of the surfaces. The reverse side of this coin is especially important because the famous wheat design represents one of America's most recognizable coin symbols. The wheat ears were created to represent prosperity and agricultural strength, making the design a favorite among generations of collectors. When a coin carries unusual natural toning patterns, it can make the piece stand out from thousands of similar examples. The historical timing of the 1958 with D wheat penny also adds to its appeal. This coin was created during the final year of wheat cent production. After nearly 5 decades in circulation, the design was about to disappear and be replaced by a new Lincoln Memorial design. Because of this transition, many collectors appreciate 1958 issues as the closing chapter of one of America's most beloved coin series. For collectors searching through old collections, coin jars, and inherited collections, a 1958 with D wheat penny should always be examined carefully. Look for original surfaces, strong details, attractive natural color, and any unusual characteristics that may increase collector interest. Never clean or polish an old copper coin, because removing its original surface can negatively affect its appeal. For the specific 1958 with D. Lincoln wheat penny with black and brown layers on the reverse side, green dots, beautiful appearance, and circulated condition that you described, the estimated collector value for your video scenario is $150,300. This value should be considered a claimed estimate for storytelling purposes because real-world prices depend on professional grading, authentication, market demand, and verified sales records. If you ever discover a wheat penny like this, treat it carefully. A small coin can carry a huge amount of history, and proper preservation is the first step toward protecting its collector interest. Keep it safe, avoid damaging the surfaces, and let experts determine its true collectible status. But don't leave yet, because this countdown is far from finished. The next wheat penny we're revealing has another surprising story behind it, and the final coin on this list may show why collectors continue searching through old pennies year after year. Make sure you're subscribed, because this channel brings you fresh, rare coin discoveries and updates every single day. Coin 4. We are now getting closer to the final discovery in our wheat penny countdown. And this next coin takes us back to a fascinating era of American history. The 1939 Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark is a coin that may appear simple at first glance, but a closer look reveals why collectors continue searching through old collections, inherited coin jars, and forgotten albums looking for special examples. This coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which means it carries no mint mark beneath the date. The 1939 Lincoln wheat penny belongs to one of the most beloved series in American coin collecting, the Lincoln Wheat Cent series, a design that connected generations of Americans with the image of President Abraham Lincoln. Made from the traditional 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc composition, this penny has the classic bronze appearance that makes wheat cents instantly recognizable. Over the decades, copper naturally changes color, creating beautiful shades ranging from reddish tones to deep brown surfaces. These natural changes are part of what makes older copper coins so fascinating to collectors. The coin described here features a brown layer, black dots, a beautiful appearance, and an extra fine condition. This combination creates a unique visual character. The aged brown color shows the passage of time, while the darker spots tell the story of a coin that has survived through decades of circulation. Collectors often appreciate coins that maintain their original personality because each mark can represent a piece of history. The extra fine condition is especially important because it means the coin has retained a significant amount of its original detail despite being used. Collectors carefully examine areas such as Lincoln's hair, facial features, the lettering around the edge, and the wheat stalk details on the reverse. Strong remaining design elements can dramatically increase collector interest. The reverse side of the wheat penny is one of the most recognizable designs in American coin history. The two wheat ears represent prosperity and agriculture, reflecting the importance of farming in America during the early 20th century. For many collectors, holding a 1939 wheat penny is like holding a small piece of a different era. The late 1930s were a remarkable period in American history. The country was recovering from the Great Depression while preparing for major changes that would soon reshape the world. Millions of these pennies entered circulation, traveling through businesses, homes, and communities across the nation. After more than 80 years, finding one with attractive surfaces and strong preservation becomes much more exciting. When collectors evaluate a 1939 wheat penny, they look beyond just the date. They study the coin's originality, surface quality, color, remaining details, and overall eye appeal. A coin with natural brown coloration and attractive characteristics can stand apart from ordinary examples found in circulation. For the specific 1939 Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark, brown layer, black dots, beautiful appearance, and extra fine condition that you described, the estimated collector value for your video scenario is $260,600. This figure should be presented as a claimed estimate for your content, because real market prices depend on professional grading, authentication, rarity factors, and verified collector sales. If you ever find an old wheat penny with an attractive original appearance, remember one important rule: never clean it. Removing natural surfaces can change the coin forever. Store it safely, handle it carefully, and allow professional experts to determine its true collectible status. This 1939 wheat penny shows why old coins continue to create excitement among collectors. A small piece of copper can carry decades of history, mystery, and collector passion. But the journey is not over yet. The final coin in today's countdown is waiting, and it may be the most exciting discovery of them all. Coin number 5. And now we have reached the final coin in our countdown of top 5 ultra-rare and valuable wheat pennies. And this last discovery is a perfect example of why collectors never ignore old copper cents. The 1956 Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark may look like a simple coin from everyday history, but every detail on this piece tells a story that has survived for generations. This coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which means it carries no mint mark below the date. As one of the later wheat pennies before the series ended in 1958, the 1956 issue represents an important moment near the end of one of America's most famous coin designs. The Lincoln wheat penny has remained one of the most collected U.S. coins because of its historic design and connection to American history. Created to honor President Abraham Lincoln, the coin features Lincoln's portrait on the front and the famous wheat stalk design on the reverse. These wheat ears became a symbol recognized by collectors around the world and helped make this series a favorite among beginners and experienced collectors alike. The 1956 wheat penny was made using the classic 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc composition used for many Lincoln cents of this era. Over decades, copper naturally changes appearance, creating unique colors and surface patterns. The coin described here features a gray layer with black and brown dots and a fine condition appearance, giving it a distinctive aged character. The natural surface changes on an older copper coin can make each piece different. The gray tones, darker marks, and brown coloration show the effects of time and circulation. Collectors often examine these characteristics carefully because originality and overall appearance play an important role in determining collector interest. A fine condition coin still shows meaningful details from its original design. When examining a 1956 Lincoln wheat penny, collectors pay close attention to Lincoln's portrait, the remaining details in the wheat stalks, the lettering, the date, and the overall balance of wear. Coins that maintain clear features and avoid harsh damage can become more attractive to collectors. The story behind this coin also comes from the era in which it was produced. During the 1950s, millions of Americans used Lincoln wheat pennies in daily transactions. These coins traveled through stores, homes, and communities across the country. After many decades, finding one with an interesting appearance and recognizable details can feel like discovering a small piece of American history. For collectors searching through old coin collections, the key is patience and careful examination. A coin should never be judged only by its age. Factors like condition, originality, surface quality, and professional evaluation all play major roles. Even a common-looking wheat penny deserves a closer look before being placed back into circulation. For the specific 1956 Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark, grey layer, black and brown dots, and fine condition that you described, the estimated collector value for your video scenario is $165,300. This amount should be treated as a claimed estimate for this script scenario because real market prices depend on authentication, professional grading, collector demand, and verified sales history. If you discover an old wheat penny like this, protect it carefully. Avoid cleaning, scratching, or applying chemicals because original surfaces are important to collectors. Store it safely and consider professional evaluation if you believe the coin has special characteristics. This final coin reminds us why coin collecting continues to attract millions of people. Behind every old penny is a hidden story, a piece of history, and a mystery waiting to be uncovered. Some discoveries begin with nothing more than taking a second look at a small coin that everyone else ignored. Thank you for joining us on this journey through these fascinating wheat pennies. If you enjoy discovering rare coins, hidden treasures, and amazing stories from American history, make sure you subscribe because Hidden Coin Millions brings you fresh coin discoveries and updates every single day. Keep checking your old coins. You never know what story might be sitting right in front of you.